Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to Vlogmas day 4. It's 5:45 in the morning. I've been awake since 4 AM. I don't know why, the church bells woke me up this morning. So yesterday, this is exciting, Nespresso sent me a new coffee machine, which is very exciting. We've got a 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, but can I tell you a secret? I have not used that coffee machine for coffee for myself, for my morning coffee, in over a year. I have been using this. Anyone that's been to our house will know, and everyone that's been here will know that it frustrates Charlie so much because we've got such a fabulous coffee machine. I just prefer the taste of Nespresso. For me, because I have a milky coffee, I prefer them a bit more mild, and you just can't beat the taste of Nespresso. You really can't. The 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 is great if you're a serious coffee drinker, like if you really like the whole ritual, the smell of the beans cup, which I do love, and I love making coffees in our 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. And if I'm making coffee that's going to go in a smoothie, or if I want an espresso, I will still use that. But for my morning coffee and for my oat milk lattes, I just use this. This is my little milk frother. But yes, Nespresso have sent me their new 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 machine. I think this means it's in white. So, ooh, that's a bit too close to the camera for 5:50 in the morning. I thought I would unbox this. They've sent me a little discovery kit. The 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 machine is the bigger pods, so they're this size, and I think the machine reads the pod and creates the coffee accordingly. So you have espresso size, double espresso size, and then long coffee. So I'm definitely going to prefer the long coffee, but I'm sure I could just press it twice for the espresso as well. I like the sound of actually all of them. Anyway, let's set up the machine and then we'll give it a taste test. Okay, well, this took approximately 30 seconds to set up, which is great because I now need caffeine. This is the Columbia pod. You can see it's very fresh, literally fresh. Okay, I think the machine pierces it. It reads what the coffee is and it delivers the serving accordingly. Ooh. Ooh. Wrong mug. Okay, so it's just made this coffee, which is absolutely ginormous. I think if you wanted a long black coffee, that's perfect. I think actually what I have is a double espresso, and then I add my Oatly organic barista milk. That's too big for me. I need it to be like that much smaller so that I have room for my oat milk. So I'm going to put some of that in another mug for my second coffee of the day. This is just a practice. We'll figure out which pods and which settings are best. This is when Nespresso did a collaboration with Liberty. I always use this every single day. I have to say, the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 coffee, it was already quite like frothy before I even added my oat milk. Now I just need to add in my collagen. Okay, my darlings, made it to Bamford. I'm going to do my usual reformer Pilates. I say usual, I've got quite lax on my habits lately. I've probably only been going once or twice a week instead of my usual 4 or 5 times. I have been blasting the Vlogmas intro song non-stop on any car journey that I have to myself. I just find that piece of music, the artist is called Tony Anderson, I just find the music so emotional and just incredible. It's the perfect amount of festive but also just so beautifully written. All of the different layers to it I think are pure magic. You might remember from, well, many of my past videos, whether it's from the wedding when I found out about some of the members of our wedding band falling in love with the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 youth choir. Even I think it was last Vlogmas, I found myself crying in the car to the Nutcracker because I was imagining being the parents of someone that's performing in the Nutcracker. I find music very emotional. So we really thought long and hard about the soundtrack for this year's Vlogmas intro, and actually Jake used that song. Which part are we at now? It's got quite a lot of like in the middle bits which we also cut out, but Jake used this song on a reel that we did a couple of years ago, and I've loved this piece of music ever since then. So I did say to him, ooh, could we possibly try this one? And it just works so perfectly. I really hope you agree. So coffee review, I absolutely loved it. It was a really different flavour in that capsule. I bought round 2 in my brew bottle, and I've got my matching water bottle here with me as well. So I've got 6 minutes until Pilates starts. I'm gonna go and claim my bed, and I think it's gonna be a really beautiful sunrise this morning. So I've actually brought the drone with me, so I might do a little drone after class. But for now, let's go inside and let's move the body. I know that there's a few new faces around, so this is the Daylesford shop through this courtyard, and this is their beautiful spa where you can have the most amazing treatments. And they also have a gym and members club here, which is so lovely. And if you are a member, you get free classes. Because I was a founder member, I also get unlimited reformer. Oh dear, the F has fallen down. That will literally be fixed within a matter of hours because their attention to detail here is so good. Wellness is a way of life. Oh gosh, it's a chilly morning. Great thing about doing Pilates here, that barn ahead is the cow barn, so you often get farmhouse side effects. Side effects? Sound effects. Outfit of the morning. Gosh, my hair's looking very scruffy, I need to sort that out. I have got on my very old barber jacket, Varley, and then this is a blue Adenola set. Nice and cozy. Oh golly, it's chilly. Okay, just finished Pilates, now heading into the farm shop. This is the time you want to come. Just after 8 AM is when the shop is at its quietest. Perfect. Ooh, it's so chilly. Okay, just finished Pilates and now heading into the farm shop. I love to dash in at 8:30 because there is hardly ever many people here. Is this Daylesford's Vlogmas premiere? I think it might be. This is one of my favourite rooms in the whole world, the Daylesford cheese room. Okay, I'm getting some ingredients for Charlie to film some of his Christmas recipes. Thank you for all the love you guys have shared on his newly relaunched YouTube channel. What do I need? Gruyere, Parmesan, and 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 is a lovely local cheese. I think he's doing a 3-cheese cauliflower cheese, which is basically the best thing you will possibly ever eat in your entire life. Oh, the best selection. Also a great combo for a mac and cheese. This is exciting. They've started to sell their Christmas trees here at Daylesford. I know that Charlie's on the lookout for one either for outside or in the living room. These are the Daylesford Christmas tree prices if you're interested. It is a 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, a beautiful tree which holds its needles well, evenly spaced branches, or a blue spruce The secret to a perfect tree is to buy it early and pick the best shape. Cut a few inches off the stump and push it in water. Gorgeous. They are good ones, but my question is, are these branches strong enough for heavy baubles? That's the question. Okay, I've just pulled over to do another drone flight. However, annoyingly, my account has logged itself out, so I can only go 30 meters, but hopefully I'll still be able to show you this amazing view. Every morning that I come to Pilates, I always want to stop here and just take in the view because it's so stunning. Even only going up 30 meters, let me show you this incredible view. So droning was an epic fail, as you saw, but the archway looks great. This is the first sunny morning that I've been able to show you. It's just such a lovely welcome sight, a sign of the festivities within. Love the ilex, and I know I've said it a million times, but I just can't believe it survived all the storms. So, so beautiful. Okay, my darlings, so today is a London day, and I'm pretty sure that this might be my last London... No, it's not going to be my last London day before Christmas, but it is my last London day for a while. This is Christmas in the Cotswolds, not Christmas in London, so I'm actually kind of happy that this is my last little trip into London, but this is also going to be the last 2-day vlog because we are catching up, and I do... As I've kept saying, I do really want these vlogs to be real time because to me that's what Vlogmas is. It's literally hanging out with someone for every day of December. So today I'm heading into London, and before that I'm going to finish off the second wreath. When we stayed at the Ned, we created a wreath and it's so gorgeous, and now I'm going to create an identical one because the idea is that they're going to go on the doors at Strawtop Cottage. Let me talk you through my skincare before I talk you through the London plans, because really excitingly I've got a discount code with 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. I use, where is it, this, the CC creme, every single day without fail. I thought that I would go back to, where is it, the BB creme as my winter foundation because I do often want a little bit more coverage in winter. But actually, I'm actually a convert. I think 2023 was my year of CC and 2024, sorry, BB, and 2024 has been my year of CC. But these are, I would say, 99% of the time, I have one of these two on my skin all the time. 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 is a really lovely brand. It's a kind of skincare makeup hybrid. All of the products are designed to be good for the skin. They're packed with nourishing ingredients, which you can read about on the products. So Centella asiatica, it's a really lovely calming ingredient. There are so many skincare benefits, but you also get that beautiful, I would say, natural glow to your look when you use these products. What I've just put on my skin is their glow creme. This is a really lovely, super lightweight moisturizer, lightweight but incredibly hydrating, and it's also got this kind of luminous blurring effect. So I feel like the Frost Snow Queen at the moment with this. It's almost like a very, very subtle highlight for all over your face. Again, with the multitasking, the glow creme helps to brighten, beautify, moisturize, smooths the skin, a subtle pearlescent finish. Your skin looks luminous and ultra radiant glow, and it makes an excellent makeup base, which it does. I'm going to take this with me to London tonight. I have got a little sleepover, and the next thing I'm going to pop on my face is the CC Creme. This has got SPF 25 in it. I use the shade Doré. To be honest, at the moment I could probably use the shade Claire, which is lighter, but I'm gonna stick with Doré that little bit longer. I really want to show you how cool this is. So it starts off white on the back of your hand, and I actually, every other foundation or base in my collection, I use a sponge to apply, but this I apply with my fingers because it really does just feel like a moisturizer if you go to the gym or you're away in your beach bag or in your handbag. And if you're a really minimal person, you just want to quickly pop some makeup on and be done with it, then this is the product for you. It's super light, but I find that, like, I wouldn't say that I'm a light coverage lover. I want my makeup to look natural, but I wouldn't say I necessarily am always that bothered about getting a light finish. But this just gets the best of both. Like, it looks so natural, but I get plenty of coverage. So I don't know if you've realized what magic you're witnessing right now. Look at this. So it starts off white. It's got little pigments within it, and they burst with, I guess, the action of blurring it into your skin, and it does blur. So I've got that little bit of redness between my eyebrows, don't know why, and this is just the perfect base. It just blends with my skin so amazingly, makes you look healthy even if you've not eaten any vegetables this week, which is literally me. Have I eaten any vegetables this week? I don't think I have. And yet 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 has kept me literally looking alive. Oh, we need to change battery. And we are back in the room. A little tip, if any of you guys are also vloggers and you're doing Vlogmas, you'll know that batteries are like gold dust. Well, my top tip is go on Amazon or another website and buy yourself a load of the Canon or whatever camera you're using, a load of the chargers and a load of spare batteries. I leave one in most rooms in the house, so wherever I am I can just go and grab a spare battery, and then I put the old one in where I just got the new one out, and then I always have loads of batteries, which is perfect, especially for Vlogmas. To be honest, I film every day most days of the year, so actually Vlogmas isn't too different. It's just more fun and festive. Oh, Jake. Hello.
Hello, I'm outside, but I don't think your doorbell's working.
Oh dear, just come on in, Jake.
Okay, it's in the bed.
In the kitchen. Okay, where was I? So, CC Creme, where have I put it? CC Creme, really lovely, light, everyday base, SPF 25. I think when I first got hooked on this was when I was on holiday, and I was thinking, obviously another SPF before this one, and I was thinking this is really lovely, kind of light, and feels good for my skin. It doesn't feel like my pores are going to get clogged when I'm out in the sun with a cap on, don't you worry. But then I just never stopped using it. I've also got a little mini. I haven't told you guys the best bit, or have I? 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 have given us a discount code, which is 𝑗OSY20, and also when you spend over £40 before the discount and you use that code, you will get a free sheet mask, which is really, really exciting. And just before I move on to my bronzer and everything else, Super BB Concealer. This is one of the newer launches from 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. I love it on the under eyes, especially if you're just using a CC cream. It's really nice to also use it for little bits of extra coverage, but I've got this in the shade Claire. So Claire is lighter than Doré. You can have Claire as your all over base colour or as your concealer colour, and I just like to use this on just those few areas where I do need that teeny weeny little bit of extra coverage. Of course, they blend in together really beautifully, they're really hydrating, so fine lines under the eye, not an issue, never creases. You can see how illuminating that is straight away. I also take it with a sponge over my eyelid. This area here where I've got a little bit of redness. And there we go, that's my base complete. Really beautiful, natural, glowy. Haven't got any bronzer on yet, so I need to add a little bit of colour to my complexion. And if you are placing an 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 order and you're making the most of the discount code, I would recommend, if like me, as a full-grown adult, you still get the odd blemish, this is what you need to have in your SOS kit. Oh my gosh, I forgot it's literally called the SOS patch with the ingredient centella in here, which is fantastic for skin healing. I have got a very annoying spot on my neck right by my scar. I don't think I've ever told you guys about my scar, have I? Can you see? There, not very attractive. I caught aviation tuberculosis when I was younger, when I was very, very young. It's a form of TB. Yeah, I caught it when I was about 4 years old from a tropical island in the South China Sea, which is a very niche story, maybe one for another time. Anyway, I'm going to complete my makeup. If you are in the market to top up your beautiful everyday makeup, I know so many of you are already huge fans of the 𝑭𝒂𝒐 CC cream in particular, possibly because I bang on about it every day, don't I? Anytime I show you my makeup routine, it's like, oh, of course I'm using my CC. But I think if you do like a natural makeup look, you want your makeup to be working harder, you want it to provide you with skincare benefits so that your skin actually gets better from wearing the makeup, then it truly is the best. Sorry, I have to go hunchback to look in my mirror. I'm using the Beauty Effect box to give me some decent lighting because I don't have any electricity in here still. It's very annoying. So I feel like I was going to tell you something before I started talking through my makeup routine. Oh, what we're doing in London today. Okay, so I've got a really nice festive lunch at the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, which is right by the Ritz, and it's such a gorgeous festive place. Very traditional, very British. Charlie once received a handwritten note from either the owner or like some top dog at the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 thanking him for doing an Instagram feature. He literally just did some Instagram stories raving about his food or the service or something, and he got a handwritten note. How cute and old school is that? One other thing that I love about the 𝑭𝒂𝒐 CC is that your skin continues looking great all day. I never have those moments where I look in the mirror and I'm like, ooh, it's gone cakey, or ooh, it's gone orange or something like that. I never ever have that when I wear 𝑭𝒂𝒐. If you do want more coverage, by the way, I'd recommend the BB. I feel like back in the day people used to think that BB and CC were literally like the most minimal coverage ever. I would say that these are actually very buildable. My favourite way of building is this combo, CC and then concealer, but you can really build this up as well. Look how nice and healthy and natural the base looks. I love it. Right, I need to crack on, 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, because you got a train to catch. Keep getting distracted and not telling you about the most exciting part of my day. Going to see The Lion King later, which I'm so excited about. Going to see The Lion King with the fabulous group of ladies that were on the Provence trip to L'Occitane? The L'Occitane trip to Provence in summer. We all got along so well. We really heavily bonded on that trip, and we all thought, let's do something joyous together at Christmas time. So we are going to see The Lion King, and one of the girls may or may not be pulling a few springs. Springs? No, she's not pulling springs. She's not on a reformer. Strings is what she's pulling, and we're actually going to be going backstage and meeting the cast. I'm going to meet Simba and 𝑭𝒂𝒕 and Rafiki, and I'm not going to be able to control myself. I haven't used this in a while. It's normally my summer lipstick from Code 8, but that's lovely. So what an exciting day. I may also be having a blow dry. I say may because I simply don't know if I'll have time. But anyway, I'm going to pop all of these in my overnight bag. I haven't decided what I'm wearing tonight yet. I am going to take this because it's just instant good skin in a bottle. I'll take this to put on my annoying spot. Did I even tell you what's in this? 24-hour targeted action with centella, which is beautifully calming, 10% PHA, which is what really zaps the spot, like you can feel it working, which is great. I haven't done mascara. My brain is not yet turned on, despite that delightful coffee this morning. Okay, my darlings, we're finally done. So, do not forget Josie 20. That will be valid until December the 17th. It is a season of gifting, so gift yourself. If you need a top-up or if you're yet to try this, please let this be your opportunity to give it a go, because I guarantee you will love it. You'll get the free BB shot mask if you spend over £40, or if you are already a huge lover of this, the fact that also the shades are they have a very wide spectrum of skin tones that they cover, so I feel like guesswork will get you places with this if you are gifting this to a loved one. If your husband or boyfriend is always stealing your skincare, or maybe he just wants to step up his skincare, Arborian skincare is amazing and also a really good stocking filler. So gifting yourself or gifting a loved one, make the most of the discount code until the 18th of December. You're very, very welcome. And okay, that's it for my 5-minute, if I hadn't been chatting to you guys, makeup routine. Now I'm going to pack my bags and get ready to head back into London for the last time in a little while. Yay. Ooh, it is nippy today. Seriously nippy. I've got a thermal on and then my lovely cashmere jumper. So a little bit of wreath making needs to happen this morning. Ooh, do you know what? I need to deadhead these roses. They must have got obliterated in the snow. So the aim is we're going to create a wreath, hopefully identical to this one. We've got the golden conifer, we've got skimmia, orange, cinnamon, all in this goodie bag here, and hopefully it should be quite easy to make an identical version. This does somewhat feel like I'm cheating because my wreath base is already made for me, but I have shown you how to do this in the past. Basically, all of this is completely free. It's conifer, it's English pine, and I think Corsican pine. You could also add yew, and what you do is you essentially just get like individual strands of the greenery, bind it with floristry wire, and then attach that onto a wreath base. So it's really, really easy. And if you want a tutorial, I definitely did that in either last year's Vlogmas or the Vlogmas before. And then, to be honest, I think they look really nice just as they are, but you can also forage different, we call them ingredients from the garden. So skimmia is a really, really nice option, and it dries out really beautifully as well. So I've got some beautiful skimmia. As I mentioned, the conifer, which has been dyed gold. You can get this from a florist, or you could definitely do a DIY version as well. I've even got some gold dipped skimmia here too, which I think is rather beautiful. So I'm just laying everything into a rug so I can see it a bit more easily. I am actually going to show you how to do the base. So first of all, my yew needs trimming, which is handy. So I'm going to start off with a bit of yew. I'm just going to show you one of the greenery bits because we'll be here forever if I actually show you the entire thing. You can really kind of mix and match. I actually think that rosemary looks really nice in a festive wreath. And this is quite niche, I appreciate, but maybe I won't do it in this one, but strawberry leaves, especially when they start to go red, they also look amazing in a Christmas wreath. If I didn't have to go into London today, I would probably spend today gardening. I haven't really completely set the garden down for winter yet, which makes me very upset that I haven't. I always leave it a little bit too late and then I forget how busy I am in November and December. But yeah, it does kind of needs some attention, that's for sure. Right, a little bit more yew, I think, actually. You are all I need. Now this quite sad looking pile here is left over from our Christmas decor, but also foraged from our gardens. For the little tufts that you want to start making your wreath with, it's ideal if you start with a bit of pine like this. Oh dear, yes, I did just drop you face first onto the ground, I'm sorry. Yeah, because it's kind of like a flat piece to pop everything else on. Then you can start to lay your other greenery on top. This absolutely doesn't need to be too perfect at all. Conifer is really good for adding fluffiness, so I'm going to build up that layer out there, which is a little bit longer, like so. Right, so it doesn't look terribly exciting, but we'll wrap some floristry wire around here. If you can imagine about 15 of these all around the circle of a wreath base, that was how you would get your green base. to give you the Daylesford one as an example, they've also got the pines in there, the little pine cones. They've got some berries in there, a little bit of buxus as well by the looks of it. But you can imagine how loads of clusters of this bound together in a circle creates this. Okay, hello again my darlings. It is many hours later and I think the last time I spoke to you was in the greenhouse. Well, I've now made it to London. I had a lovely lunch meeting at the cafe 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, which was really lovely. And now I've just checked into my room for tonight. I'm staying at the ever so wonderful Renaissance St Pancras Renaissance Hotel at King's Cross. The building downstairs especially is absolutely amazing. It looks so festive. I can't wait to properly explore tomorrow. No time to explore tonight though, because I'm about to head out now to meet the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 girls. We're having dinner together. It is a Provence reunion, and I'm sure this may just be why they've so kindly booked us into this hotel. But if I quickly show you in the bathroom, they actually have the L'Occitane Verveine, which is the Verbena collection. My hands smell amazing after a hand wash in this. And of course it was in Provence that we met Philippe and Magali, that have the beautiful sprawling farm where they grow so much of the verbena. So I love that tie-in. Now I'm half tempted actually to keep this dress on. I have bought a sparkly dress with me, but this 𝑚 dress, I love how many mirrors there are here, it does actually feel quite dark there, quite suitable for a night at the theatre, and it feels quite Lion King-esque as well. But then I've got my sparkly dress with me, so this is where I wish that the videos were live and you guys could help me. Decisions, but I do absolutely love this one. I might put the sparkly one on tonight and then wear this again tomorrow. And just a few minutes later I have decided I'm going to wear the beautiful sparkly number, because why not? We're heading to see the Lion King and it's most definitely worth wearing something sparkly for. The shadows on it make it look as though it's a bit see-through, but I promise you that's just shadows. I very quickly topped up my makeup, didn't need to touch the base because my CC cream is still looking fantastic. Skin is glowing. I just topped up my lipstick and a little bit more blush. I've got my gorgeous clementine and mint bow on, and that's the outfit of the night. So let's go meet the ladies for dinner. I'm so excited to catch up with the team this evening. Quick lift selfie. This Holland Cooper coat has been such a favourite. I feel like I'm going to wear this throughout the entire festive season. Look at this building. Gosh, it is so beautiful. Very festive. I don't think there are many places in the world that are more festive and joyous than Covent Garden at Christmas time. There's a 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 bar that's popped up in the middle of the piazza. There's the Joe Malone pop-up. There's all the fabulous stores. There's a sushi samba up there, which is also amazing to eat. Ooh! And there's always live street performances too. But we are heading for dinner at Balthazar. Well, these guys are positively putting Nigel and Klaus to shame. I think we need to find some gold nutcrackers. They always do the most incredible decorations here. So we are here in the theatre. I'm with the girlies. Yay! Have you guys seen Lion King before?
Yes.
I have.
I'm so excited.
You've seen it? Twice? Yeah. Okay, we'll be singing along. Paula doesn't know what to expect.
I'll be humming.
Do you know the song?
I know the song,
Yeah.
I do.
We've got really good seats, so the small is where all the surprises are.
Yes, definitely.
There are surprises.
There are surprises. We have got incredible seats, all thanks to Livy, who's got the most amazing contacts here, and I think we've got a bit of a surprise after the show.
Goodness, I can't wait.
We're going to be singing along and deafening Paula in the middle.
I'll be loving it.
She will. We'll be dancing. We're always, Paula and I are always the first one dancing.
Dancing I can do.
Dancing we shall. magical. So we've just finished watching the show and we've just been invited backstage. This is from I Just Can't Wait to Be King. Here we go. Oh my goodness me. This is backstage at the Lion King. The gang, Rafiki, Simba, Nala. Wow. Behind the scenes, we've just been getting snaps with Simba, Nala and Rafiki. Rafiki has been Rafiki for 17 years. This is Pride Rock behind the scenes. Sunrise.
Everyone give us a lion's roar.
I'm the only one, wasn't I? Yeah.
This is so surreal. All of the different parts of the show get flung up on different layers to make space behind the scenes. Parts of Mufasa's face. We've got the elephant graveyard. Pumbaa, this is Pumbaa's costume. Gosh, it's so magical. The antelopes. What a privilege to see all of this. And Zazu. And Zazu over there. Just got back to the room and my goodness, what a magical evening. I can't believe I got to meet Rafiki, Simba and Nala. What an incredible way to spend the evening. I'm so grateful to the lovely L'Occitane team and especially Livy for organising all of that. My gosh, I feel so lucky. The Lion King for me is truly just so special. It was always my favourite Disney film. I know every single line, every single word. I would say The King of Pride Rock. Yes, this one, King of Pride Rock by Hans Zimmer. That is probably my favourite piece of music of all time, and it makes me cry every time, and it truly was just so amazing to see it again live in the theatre. If you get the opportunity to come to see it on the West End, then I would recommend it so highly. But I'm absolutely exhausted now. It's past my bedtime, so I'm going to take my makeup off and go to bed. So I'll see you bright and early in the morning. These are my lovely pyjamas from a company called Identity Lingerie, and they're just the perfect shade of Christmas tree green, little elasticated waistband. Oh my gosh, I hate so much mac and cheese for dinner. Yeah, so very grateful for an elasticated waistband. But that's all from me today, darlings. I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Good morning, my darlings. It's the next day now. I hope you can hear me over the very jolly carols that are being sung in the background. So I'm not at the Renaissance Hotel anymore. Lovely. Actually been quite a busy morning so far, so I thought I would just catch you up while I have got 5 minutes to catch my breath. So this morning I actually set out on an intrepid adventure. I think that's the right word. I walked an hour and a half from King's Cross over to 𝑭𝒐𝒡 Street, and when I tell you I did an hour and a half walk, let me show you my footwear. I have been wearing my Fairfax and Favour Octavia boots with quite a heel, so I'm very happy to confirm that they are incredibly comfortable. Managed the walk with absolutely no problems, and the reason I was heading down to 𝑭𝒐𝒡 Street was because I had an appointment at the Dr. David Jack Clinic, which was really great. I had the Korean facial. It's quite quick, 45 minutes. Started off with a deep cleanse. I'll show you some clips on the screen here. A deep cleanse, and then I had a light peel applied, then an oxygenating foam, and then the lady did the most incredible, very deep tissue massage on my face. It felt incredible, and then finished with some LED. Really great facial, but actually my main reason for going there was to chat to Dr. David about the bumps on my nose, which I'm getting increasingly more, don't want to use the word concerned, but they're becoming increasingly prominent, I feel, and I wanted an expert's opinion. So basically he's said the best way to deal with them is actually to burn them off. So I think that's something that I might do in January. Then I walked back over to this area, and I'm pretty sure I witnessed the changing of the guards, but there were percussion instruments, there was a full-on parade, so I don't know if it was a special occasion, I'm not too sure, but it was really cool to see, a great British tradition. It was very busy there, and I overheard quite a funny American conversation. They were saying, oh, British royal family, let me try and remember what they said. Yeah, they're essentially very privileged, wealthy people who rule the country. And then one of the other members of the group turned to them and was like, oh, like the Kardashians. And I just thought that was so funny. Not quite like the Kardashians, but it made me chuckle. Anyway, I thought I'd just quickly pop into the Ritz because it's always so lovely and festive here. I wanted to have a quick look at the Christmas decorations, and as you can hear, there's a lovely carol singing group and pianist here. So let's go and listen to them and admire the very traditional Christmas decorations here at the Ritz before my lunch meeting, which is very, very nearby, and I might pop into a few stores on Bond Street before the lunch. So let's get going. My goodness, this is a heavily embellished tree. They've got little nutcrackers, and they really are little in comparison to everything else on here. My goodness, giant baubles, even more giant baubles, golden teddy bears, gifts and bows. My gosh, what a tree. This festive spot is where I'm heading for lunch. Gorgeous to browse the stores on Bond Street, and I'm getting rather peckish. Hello my darlings, I am back home again now, and I'm very, very glad to be back home. I think that was my last London trip for at least a couple of weeks. If my memory is correct, I only have one more London day for the rest of the year, and I couldn't be happier about it. As much as I adore London and it's my favourite city in the world, I'm getting deja vu. I think I literally said this exact same thing last Vlogmas, that as much as I love it, I also just love to not have to go into London. Today has been a really, really nice day. Obviously a facial, a lovely lunch, shopping, and yet I'm still absolutely exhausted. It's just the journey and the hustle and bustle of London wipes it out of me. So I've just been listening to, continuing to listen because it's 2 hours long, to that toxicology podcast that 𝑑𝒂𝒂𝒂 did, and yeah, it's kind of petrifying, but it's made me even more want to put my clothes in my fashion fridge to clean them after a day in London. So that is what I'm going to do with these bits. Charlie's cooking a chicken stir fry, and I think we're going to have a ridiculously early night. It's been a really nice trip, but yeah, I'm just so glad to be home. I know most of you guys have seen this before, but this is my LG styler inside this cupboard. I call it my fashion fridge because it literally looks like a fridge, and it essentially steam cleans your clothes. I'm very grateful to have it because we worked with LG a couple of years ago, and I'm also really grateful for this cupboard because, quite honestly, It's a very, very big, very modern looking item, and if we didn't have this cupboard, there is nowhere that it would go in this house. It's also really heavy. I know that some very bougie and organised people, they get them installed into their walk-in wardrobes. That is a very, very clever idea. I didn't know about it when I had my wardrobe installed. And what else am I going to use this cupboard for? So it's perfect. It's really good for steaming creases out of things like silk shirts, but also just for refreshing things. So it's kind of like taking things to a dry cleaner, not quite as clean as taking them to a dry cleaner. Like, it doesn't get stains out, but essentially just blasts your items with steam. So it is a good clean. Like, sometimes if I've worn something in the city, you can just tell that there's pollution in your clothing, especially like today. I've been on the tube, I've been walking a lot, I've probably been stood behind a bus when it's fuming everywhere, so everything just needs a really good clean. But they also don't need to go through the wash, or I just don't want to send them to the dry cleaner because that is expensive. Okay, I've put it on a heavy duty setting for wool items because I think the coat is mostly wool. But yeah, time to have some yummy dinner. Okay, my darlings, it's 9:30. It is very, very late for Charlie and I. We're about to get into bed, but we thought we would do the advent calendar. But also, we have just been watching this really interesting program on Netflix. What was it called? Buy Now. I think it's literally called Buy Now, and I knew that I would find it really interesting because I did my dissertation on retail psychology and the things that retailers do to make you buy more. But something that I'd actually never heard of before, but that Charlie and I often kind of talk about in jest, I think they called it planned obsolescence, which is basically, you know how we always say, it's delightful. So we always say things like, oh, they just don't make things how they used to, like my barber jacket or cars or
they use
Argos.
light bulbs as an example.
They use light bulbs as an example, but furniture, they just don't make things like they used to. And it turns out that it is actually deliberate. Like, companies make things crap so that they fall apart so that you have to buy new ones.
Well, yeah, because who wants a phone that never breaks?
I do.
Buy a new one. Yeah, but what I mean is,
companies don't want it.
I think it's a combination of two things, by the way, because it's also profit margin, and things are not made as well because of profit margin. Yeah. But there's a bigger. So that's the bit that companies would probably blame. But actually, as you say, the underlying current is they want cars is a good example. Yeah. Definitely.
Is that a puppy? Yeah, oh, it's a puppy. But it was like that's a topic that I feel like both Charlie and I could talk about for hours because there's so many examples we could give. But one that was really clear was basically all the light bulb companies got together, and I think it was 1930. 1920 something. Like in our village there are light bulbs that have been up for over 100 years and they're still going, whereas, okay, Philips Hue's not a good example because actually they last a really long time, but in the 20s or 30s the light bulb companies got together and they were like, hang on a minute, how do we make people buy more light bulbs? I know, let's make them have only half the lifespan so people have to buy double. It's wild.
Another good example would be like battery, what's the word? Degradation? Yeah. Basically how batteries on laptops, phones, get worse. Yeah. Those batteries could be made to last a lot longer. Anyway. Right, let's do this till we're quite tired.
Okay.
You haven't got a sweet with this one, I'm afraid.
Well, it's bedtime, so I'll allow the fact that there's no sweetie. I feel like we're going to talk about this topic another time because it's so interesting. And I can really.
And it was, to be fair, it was one of those programs you watch. You're like, this isn't anything innovative or new to us, but it's just confirmation of what you think you know deep down. Number 4. I'm going to help you. There we go.
There it is. And it was one of those programs where I was just like, the world needs to reset. We just need to stop. Everything needs to change.
But then, unfortunately, as much as my New Year's resolution, which I think I achieved, was to be more optimistic, be more optimistic, and be more positive. With regards to what you just said, it's never going to change. Greed and money and corporations are never going to change. Right. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm a piece of furniture that started life in a church. I'm a piece of furniture that started life in a church.
This is quite a tricky one.
Okay. something obviously in the house.
Yeah.
I started life in a church.
We bought it, so it wasn't here already. I don't even know if you...
sit on it?
No.
Do we look at it? Like, is it for beauty?
Should I give you a clue?
Give me yes or no answers.
Alright.
Is it on the top floor of the house?
No.
Is it on the middle floor of the house?
No.
Is it on the bottom floor of the house?
Yes.
Does it have a function?
Well, every piece of furniture has a
Other
function.
than just to look at it?
Oh, sort of. It's a side table of sorts.
Okay. Started life in a church.
Should I just lead you to the room?
Just tell me what room it's in.
Drawing room.
Okay, let's go. Is it the little footstools?
No.
Started life in a church.
You might not even have realised that's where it's from.
No.
It's one of the reasons I bought it, because I thought it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what it is. Not the sideboard. Started life in a church. These?
No. Follow the Bamford candle.
Oh, is that where the vicar used to put his Bible?
Yeah, I think it's a pew essentially, yeah.
Pew. Ooh, what's this? Oops. What is this? Wedgwood? Oh my gosh, another snow globe.
I know, I thought I wasn't going to get you one, but then they released it and I thought it was quite cute because it's quite different to the other ones.
I love snow globe. Well, we can just collect them, can't we?
Well, do you know what? It's nice having them in different rooms. I think we'll probably reach a point, if I'm still putting up with you, in 5 years where we're like, we definitely don't need 10 snow globes. But this is the third. This is the third of the Wedgwood snow globes.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
We need to do a collaboration with Wedgwood and get this house or Strawtop Cottages.
I think Strawtop.
In the middle of a snow
Yeah.
globe. Aww.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Single-use plastic, Wedgwood.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
This will literally be on the earth.
Totally unnecessary.
Anyway. that program,
Yeah.
like, it's not a good thing to watch.
None of us are perfect, but come on. Right, let's have a look. It's a bit different, isn't it? Because if you shake it, I think it's got hearts in it.
Oh my god, that's so funny. It's like the Love Actually snow globe.
Yeah.
That's quite cute, isn't it?
And I thought because it was a bit different, because so for anyone that isn't aware, with the advent calendar, A, to make it not crazy difficult for gift buying, and B, to give it some structure, I tend to do, so 10 out of the 24 will have a theme. So yeah. The last 2 years I've got you the Wedgwood snow globe. So they release one a year. So this is 2024's one, which is quite different. And there is a bit of a story behind all of them, of course. The last two are quite similar.
There was the snowman and there was the house, wasn't there?
Yeah, but because Wedgwood obviously are very much this iconic blue colour, which is duck egg blue.
Yeah.
They often are quite contemporary, white and blue. Like I'd love to get one that was a bit more coloured, but. Yeah, but anyway.
For like an antique.
Well, I had a good look online to avoid getting you this one, to get a different one, and there really aren't that many good quality options.
That's lovely. It's really cute. It's very good quality.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with Wedgwood. You know they're good quality.
A good quality snow globe. The snow takes a while to fall.
Yes, and the weight of it.
In the crapper ones, it falls straight away.
Yeah, look, and the weight of it.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, my darlings, I think we're going to end today's Vlogmas here because we're both very, very tired. It's past our bedtime. So thank you so much for watching. If you got to the end, because this has been a long one, leave the word cherub or angel in your comments and we'll